that didn't have the source, he had to tell his master, look, just do what he says, man.
That's right.
And you'll get healed while you
That's right.
He's showing you the way, and you still want more from it, like, and you're hurt. Right? You're so stubborn.
Brother.
Israel are stubborn people, man.
Brother, that parable just explained what happened.
Yeah.
He was giving them the spiritual food, and he didn't want it.
So another thing, water does come out of rocks. You can go.
That's
you can go
right.
to the place in where they sojourned, Moses sojourned. There's waters that is literally sprouting up from the rocks, man.
There's a
And
spring in
it's not.
Jamaica.
This ain't far-fetched. The springs in Jamaica. It's not far-fetched.
You know, not everyone has eyes to see.
So let's read this one. So Revelation.
Revelations 18 and verse 4.
Yeah.
It reads, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Yeah, so coming out of this society, coming out of this mind frame of don't use the scriptures. Yeah, let me use my own vain thoughts. We have to come out of our own imaginations, our delusions, man.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
Because her sins have reached the heavens.
The high heaven.
Go on, bro.
And what's the Most High going to do? It says, the eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom.
That's
I
right.
will destroy it off the face of the earth.
That's right.
That's what's going to happen if you don't want to depart.
That's right.
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
And that's why we come out here, to try and help you brothers and sisters who want to learn, so that you don't receive of the plagues. Because like the brother brought out in Revelation 14, you don't want the wrath of the Most High to be upon you. Right? Now, you don't even bear thinking about what the Most High can do. Really and truly. Go on, brother.
Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven.
And I keep saying this, how wicked do you have to be for your sins to reach up to the Most High? Really and truly. There's a big gulf. Anyway.
Yeah, no, but it's true because remember the fruit of our lips is our sacrifice now.
That's
Yeah, so when
right.
certain things that you're saying, it's abominable, fam. We're saying we got flips and we got holes. We got some abominations that are going on in our kingdoms, man. Oh, let's drink heroin or codeine or lean or whatever they call it. That's mixed up with all this abomination things, man. Smoking, yeah, selling themselves short. And if we are the apple of his eye, and he's seen these people doing these things, he's like, I gotta get these people go, because it says if your temple is the body of the Messiah, fam. We are one body. So if he has to now trim off pieces of his body so he's got a perfect body, man. That's why we are seeking mercy.
And God has remembered her iniquities.
And that's what you have to remember. The Most High ain't like us. He ain't got a short memory. Our people got a short memory. Today, you know, you say something, tomorrow you forget it. This is why we need mercy from the Most High, because his memory is a lot better than ours. This is Micah 3:10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted.
This is what?
It is polluted.
This place is a pollution, man.
This is why the sins have reached up to the Most High, because it's like filthy, man. It says, it shall destroy you even with a sore destruction.
That's right.
Yeah? That's what happens when you don't want to depart out of this place. It's going to destroy you with a sore destruction.
And it says that the earth is the Isaiah 24 and 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitation thereof.
That's right.
Because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. That's why we got she-men or he-she's.
That's how you
or we got or lions mixed with tigers. Ligers or ligers. They've changed the ordinances of natural stuff. And now there's like they got man seed mixed with a rat. And you can see this rat face, man. They've changed the ordinances of the world, and people want to stay here with these abominations, man.
Well, that's what Revelation 18 and 4 are saying, man.
Right. This is that's what he's saying. Ephesians 5 and 14. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and the Mashiach shall give thee light.
Wake from the sleep. Because when you wake up to Sodom and Gomorrah, to Noah's time, all of these, they were changing the ordinances. That's why the Most High had to smash the people. And he actually repented for even dealing. We human people made the Most High repent because of our stupidity.
That's right.
How wicked can that be, fam? That's why he said that he has to put a new covenant on the earth. And why he loved Abraham, because he could see through Abraham, bro, I've got a chance with these people. Through Isaac and through Jacob and the tribes, that he has the chance.
And just to add in it, when it says awake from your sleep, that means that dead state that we're in, because our people are into all kind of things, into Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, all kind of philosophy.
Nuwapiism or whatever the hell it's called.
You know, 360.
Degreeism.
You know, our people are lost, man.
You still got that? Because that brings clear more Revelation.
Yeah, I'm still Revelation chapter 18 and verse 6 you want now? Yeah, verse 6. Oh yeah, that's right. Reward her even as she rewarded you.
And that's what we have to tell our people, because obviously they think that the heathens can just get away with what they got away with, man. That's why we're patiently waiting, because there's a promise for us, right? And our promise is that we can get a reward for dealing with what they've done to us. And isn't that biblical karma, like?
That's right.
That's biblical right, justice, man.
Yahweh's judgment
The Yahweh's
is
justice is saying,
ring.
if we patiently wait and for the things that are unseen, He's going to show us and we're going to see for ourselves.
Let me bring out a precept for that. This is Jeremiah 49 and 12. For thus saith Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup.
But you weren't meant to drink of this cup, but obviously we know the Most High knows all things. We drank because we was disobedient.
And assuredly drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished.
You shall what?
Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get your part.
That's right.
People will love in the church. They would love to say that for God so loved the world. God doesn't love the sinner. God doesn't love Esau.
Oh yeah, they used to say God hate
The sin,
Psalms 5 and 5. Yeah, that must be out of their mind.
And then Ecclesiastes 12 and 12 he says, Ecclesiasticus 12 and 12 he says, I hate the sinners, man. The sin and the sinner, they're abominable, man. Well, keep reading, bro.
Continuation of Revelation 18 verse 6. And double unto her, double according to her works.
According to her works means there's gonna get double shifts, man.
We got doubles.
Now they'll get quadruple then. Because if we got double, they'll get quadruple. They'll get 4 of that. They've got to get double of what we got. You understand?
In the cup which she has filled.
Fill up to her double.
You got the Amos now?
Yeah, filled to her double.
Okay, yeah, filled to her double. Okay. Amos 1 and 11.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 1 and verse 11. And it reads, Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4,
And for the 4th, don't forget the 4th.
I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword.
He pursued us with the sword. When Isaac died, he's like, I'm gonna deal with them.
That's what he said.
He said like,
You said, I wait until
I'm
Isaac
My
dead.
father is
I'll
gone.
go for my brother.
yeah, when my dad's
I'll
gone,
go for my brother. How wicked can that be?
yeah, I'm
How
alright.
wicked can that be? And so you want us to be like, oh, it's okay, it's alright. No, the Most High gonna bring the fire up, and He's gonna do it with the men of the Lord, whether you like it or not. That's the time now.
But then there's
Alright?
but then there's a 1%ers out there that they call them the Rothschilds or whatever they want to call their names, the 1%ers, the Amalekites, they call them. Now the whole world knows that they don't care about the Illuminati or Rothschilds. They're against their own people now. The Gentiles have finally come out and said, we've inherited lies.
It's Satan against Satan.
Satan is fighting against Satan now.
The house divided into two.
Iron is separating now from the clay. And that's why we give all praises to Yahweh, yeah, in the Holy Spirit, because we don't need brothers coming up here really to ask us, because if you can't see the signs of this wicked society and you want to stay here and party, then party then.
With
Go
the demonized.
go party, have your last couple of days or your last couple of weeks or months or years. Have your last time in partying. Max out your credit cards.
Back to the mercy.
You know what I mean? Do what you have to do for yourself. But we are seeking salvation. We're building a spiritual ark. Because as in the days of Noah, so shall the coming of Yahweh shall be.
That's right.
And when he comes, he's going to come like a thief in the night. You will be asleep. You will be asleep. You won't be ready. You'll be caught lacking.
And the Most High is so terrible.
According to the new little niggas on the road, you're going to get caught lacking.
Yeah.
And the Most High is so terrible that he put people, right, to sleep on purpose. That's why you're not getting to them, because I always say this: where will be the firewood, man? You need the people for the barbecue. If you wake up people, that's why I say, if our gospel is heat, it is heat for those who are not supposed to be saved. Because if you keep on talking to these people and they get the truth, everyone is saved, how will we be able to pass the judgment or to make sure Zechariah 13 and 8 is come to pass? So there will be people like that. You know, the time is for us now. The little time that we have is to, how can I say that?
Get your house in order.
Get the house in order and then find the people that want to know. The people that want to know what's going to happen. Like the sister that was there, she took the food, she went home. She will eat it, and whatever she's going to do next time, that's now down to the Most High. So that's the program.
And this is what I wanted to just basically say after to the brother, man. He kept saying, tell us from our own perspective. Let's see what the Most High says about that. Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it?
Only the Most High knows it. That's why it says don't lean on your own understanding. Yeah? Otherwise you keep ending up in the situation that we're in now.
I've got precept I wanted to bring out from way back. So basically what it was, we was talking about death and you will be judged after you die. So I'm going to bring out the scripture that validates that. So this is the book of Revelation chapter 20, and I'll start from verse 12 to 13. Verse 12. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, Yahweh power, and the books were open. The books were open. And another book was open, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged every man according to their work.
Don't just die and escape judgment.
After that,
Yeah, man. That's why you have to pay Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. He's the greatest. So it's bring your own.
yeah, so this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 20 and 24, and it reads, man's goings are of the Lord.
Right.
How can a man then understand his own way?
Everything that happened there today was the Most High that orchestrated it.
That's right.
That's the long and short of it.
That's right. And our precept that with Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 1. The king's heart, his mind, is in the hand of the Lord.
So everything that Esau's going to do, bringing in this vaccine, bringing in the chip, Most High's putting it in their spirit for them to do that.
As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
That's why you have to make sure you're on the right side of the fence.
I have to bring this one forward. So this is chapter 21, verse 2. Every way of man is right in his own eyes.
I like the guy that really. Put an emphasis.
Yeah, but the Lord Yahweh pondereth the hearts, the mind.
That's right. Yeah. It says everywhere of the
That's
land.
a nice church.
That's why, like, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Because, like we said earlier on to someone, if you like try and go off your own understanding, you think, well, yeah, two man date together is alright. You know, we're not hurting no one. You know?
Or you think God ain't gonna hurt the little children.
Yeah.
But then he says that he's gonna smash their children to the stones.
You know? Yeah, so you can't trust in your own heart. You have to do what the Most High says, man.
No, we definitely have to follow this, man. Because the Bible says some people, they will do certain sin, they say, oh, I never killed anyone. That's trusting in your own understanding. Get to this is our constitution. That's why sometimes we get mad, man, because sometimes you just don't understand people. It's very difficult this way that we do, you know. It's frustrating.
Trusting in our own understanding,
Trusting
in our own knowledge has gotten our people to the point now where everywhere on the planet we are at the bottom of the bottom. In every one of the
Lower than that.
exactly. In every one of the indicators we have, we're at the bottom of that.
Like a minus.
We're getting mental illness. We're getting diabetes. We're even getting COVID.
That's right.
We're even getting the COVID. So relying on our own understanding is keeping us where we are at the moment. It's separating us from our Father.
That's right.
We have to rely on our power and stop relying on it because our own understanding is not working.
Take a leap of faith,
It's not
man.
working.
It's not
It hasn't
working.
worked.
It's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. The thing done. It flush out.
Done.
It flood out. Look at Jamaica. The thing flood out. It's not gonna work.
It's not working.
Yeah? And even under the flood, them are party. I want to eat that people there. So yeah.
Yeah, right. And this is the conclusion of the matter for the whole day that's brought out once again in this Sabbath. But before I read that one, I'm going to read 1 Peter 4:11, just to back up what my brother was saying. And it reads, the book of 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 11.
Bring it out.
If any man speak, so before you open and utter your mouth, yeah? If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of God.
So if you don't want to hear the Bible, it's a long road in Brixton. Brixton Road is quite long. This market ain't like there's some length to the market.
Yeah,
If you don't want to hear, thus saith the Lord, try one of them paths there.
Right.
If any man minister is like what we're doing now, let him do it as the ability which God giveth. Yeah, so clear, make that clear. Yeah?
And he never gives us the ability to be speaking off the top of our head.
Right, that's right.
That's what the ability he's talking about. Oh, you know, let's strip everything away. No, strip it away and keep it scriptural.
And just to add, if you ever read the prologue of the King James Bible, he done it because the Vatican were humming and blowing incense around and not telling the truth. He's like, no, I need God put the spirit on a black king of a brown king of Israel that was governing England at the time when there was a kingdom before it was a queendom. Yeah, he said, no, these guys in the Vatican can't be swinging around incense and going shouting tongues. They need to hear the words from God.
That's right.
And the reason be it as well, that God in all things may be glorified.
Wait, we do this to glorify the Most
Just like
High.
what the brother just said.
That's what we're here.
Also, on
Glorify
back of
the
that.
Most High,
Yeah.
man. He used to get all praises, which is why we say,
Allah, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, through Yahushai Mashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever.
That's right. That's right.
So with that, I'm going to read our closing scripture, as always, which is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. And this is the conclusion of all that you heard today and prior. And
to come.
you have to say that as well. And that you will hear to come. And it is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. This is the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Verse 14. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
And he's going to be using them books to judge it.
That's right, I brought it out.
Yeah. He's going to be using them books to judge it.
Right.
So with that, as usual, we're going to close out, give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh.
Hashem, Yahushai, Wahab, Rakah, Kadash.
Boom, Yeshua.
Out!